Who's ready for a little TLC? How about a full-size SUV helping of TLC? Introducing the 2019 Toyota Land Cruiser. See what I did right there? Welcome back once again to Everyman Driver. I'm Dave Erickson. Thanks so much for watching. The Land Cruiser has a long and valid reputation for being an off-road worthy SUV, so there's no point of me taking the 2019 version off-road and showing you what you already know it can do. My goal with this video today is to show you some practical uses for it, and since this is my first time ever reviewing a Toyota Land Cruiser, my impressions of it as well, plus my fuel economy on the week, how I utilize the middle and back rows, and a few other things that might pop up along the way. So let's get started. As you may or may not know, just one trim level for this 8-passenger large SUV, one engine, a 5.7 liter V8, made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission, 381 horses, 401 pound-feet of torque. Good thing, because this vehicle weighs nearly 6,000 pounds. It can tow over 8,000, and so this engine really comes in handy there, so that's a big pro. One of the big cons is fuel economy. 13 city, 18 highway for mixed driving number of 15. Let's go inside. I'll show you what I've been achieving in mixed driving this week. Before we go inside, there's a couple of ways to lock and unlock the Land Cruiser. You can use the key fob. Obvious buttons there on which ones to push to open and to lock. Otherwise, you can keep your key fob in your pocket. Right now, if I put my hand in the handle, it'll open up. Look, side mirror opens. It is unlocked. Now, if I want to lock it, little lines there, press that, and it locks up. So now that we're got all that taken care of, let's go inside. Push button to start. Steering wheel moves once you start it up. Here's the instrument cluster, which could use some updating. My fuel economy numbers, just under 14 miles per gallon, so just below the estimated mixed driving number of 15. As you can see, I've used just over half a tank of fuel. About 24 gallons is what the fuel tank is. Kind of an older, outdated instrument cluster. Hasn't been updated for a few years, as some of you may already know. My iPhone is connected via Bluetooth to the Land Cruiser. That way I can listen to podcasts. It does have one USB port, but no Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Definitely needs to be updated to be in line with other vehicles in this 2019 class. So that is something that really can be used for some updates. They have the heated and ventilated seats, heated steering wheel. Of course, this is fully loaded. There's all your off-road capability and options. We got full-time 4-wheel drive. Got cup holders here, cup holders in the door. You got to have plenty of cup holders. Steering wheel mounted controls, pretty basic. Nothing too crazy or that stand out to me. Little push up and down for audio here. Same with this if you want to change what you see in the instrument cluster. I'm just going up and down there. You'll find a trunk release button here to the right of the steering wheel versus the left, like you do on some other vehicles. Whether you have a family or not, this is a nice little added bonus here. There is a cool box, which I have turned on. You might be able to hear it. Got a single soda down there. So I can turn on the power of the cool box right there. There's also a separate compartment there on top of it, so I can use that, or I can go all the way and use the cool box down below. Let's go ahead and turn this thing on and go for a little spin. I'll give you some of my driving impressions now that I've had a full week to drive this bad boy. I've had some mixed responses from people, both good and bad, about their thoughts on the Land Cruiser. My wife really likes it. She says we should get it. And I said, well, you haven't driven it, and it's a heavy vehicle. My master at Taekwondo was looking at it. He said he rented one of these before, and it was really hard to stop because it's so big. It takes a little while for it to stop when you're, traveling at highway speeds. I do feel like it's a little bit on the floaty side. It's a big vehicle, so there's a bit of, you're rolling left and right. It's kind of a little too much for me. I wish it was a little bit stiffer in the suspension. Some people like the comfortable ride that it provides. It is a comfortable ride, especially when you're just cruising, and it takes bumps really well, so I can understand why it's a good off-road vehicle. The capabilities of being full-time 4-wheel drive, and some of the possibilities with the crawl, locking the differential, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff, which I'm sure you know all about if you're looking at this video. This vehicle hasn't been updated for a while. you know, I'm looking at it and nothing's changed for the 2019 model. But since it's new to me, I'm interested in learning about it and my first impressions. Maybe it's the first time you're looking at one of these. Also, a fellow student of mine in Taekwondo, oddly enough, has a 2008 or 2009 Land Cruiser, and we saw him in the parking lot, and she says, how old is that? Because she thought it was the same one as hers. So they haven't really done a lot of changing to the body style, mostly, of the Land Cruiser. So if you like this vehicle, it is tried and true, and is that the right word? Tried and true over the years, so I can see why they wouldn't change it. A lot of people love it, and some people are saying, hey, this is a dinosaur, a little long in the tooth. Other people say, hey, it is a solid vehicle, don't change it, and maybe that's why Toyota is not changing it. Here's a look at your real-world backseat legroom and headroom. This is my position as the driver up front, so as you might expect in a 8-passenger large SUV, you're gonna have plenty of room in the middle row. Third row, bit of a challenge, but as you see here, I am 6 foot 3 inches tall. Actually, I'm 5'11". So here's how much room I have between my knees and the back of the seat. Quite a bit right there, so no worries whatsoever. And headroom is fine here too, as you might expect. There are, I'm double checking, 6 O-blank handles. 8 if you count the side handles here. So let's go 8 for our O-blank handles. Spaciousness inside is pretty awesome because I'm able to put a car seat over here, infant car seat. I'm gonna bring in one more car seat. I'm gonna sit in the middle. I'll do that here in just a second. We do have some other controls back here, climate controls and an HDMI cord. Also a plug-in because we have this rear seat entertainment system, which comes with headphones, also a remote control on both sides. That's an extra couple grand. This is a good spot here in the middle. So once I get the other car seat in here, you'll see how much you can utilize and fit in the middle row. So it is an 8-passenger. Does it fit 8 passengers? Let's do that right now. So I have a forward-facing infant car seat here and a rear-facing on this side. And I also have some hooks here to latch in. It has a latch system so you can hook in your car seats. So let's say you were to have me sitting in between a couple of little ones. It might be a little bit tight. I mean, I'm an average size adult. So now you can kind of see some real world applications in the middle of this family 8-passenger SUV. What do you think? I do like how strong it is. Powerful engine. That nearly hits 6,000 RPM. Of course, you're gonna get that with all the horsepower in this big V8. Naturally, you're gonna sacrifice with fuel economy. And for me, again, I'm averaging just right there around 14. So I'm not sure if I would want to invest in such a large vehicle that is sucking down gas like it's going out of style. But there is a market for it, I understand. It definitely can use some updating here on the inside as well, especially this infotainment system. The graphics need to be brought up to speed, especially since you don't have Apple CarPlay, so I don't get those graphics when I plug in my iPhone. I'm not worried too much about what the steering wheel mounted controls look like. Everything's, after a week, I'm pretty much up to speed on what that's all about. I do like the safety with the lane departure alert, blind spot monitoring, so that's all good to go. It gives me an alert if I do go outside the lines. Now that I've shown you the second row, let's check out the capability and spaciousness of the third row. The handle to fold down the middle row is right over here, so I'm going to lift it, bring this forward, and it comes up. Now I can use this hard plastic step to make my way in the middle and to the back, and then I close it up. Oh, my toes! Just kidding. All right, there we go. Now that I'm back here, it's a little claustrophobic. My knees are up a little high. Let me show you what that looks like from this point of view. Probably not for people over 6 feet tall. I'm a little cramped right here so far. Now, if I want to slide over in the middle, can you get 3 people back here? Here's what I would look like in the middle. But again, now look at my legs. And if I slide over one more time, oh, this is not a very comfortable place to be for adults. Definitely going to be for the youngins. Maybe put a car seat back here, but probably not. Probably the car seat in the middle row, a little easier to access the little ones. This is tight. There are 3 ways to open the tailgate of the TLC. I showed you the button to the right of the steering wheel. There's one, of course, here on the key fob. You can press and hold that. The third way is just below the Toyota logo, right around the CR area. Press a button, it'll come up. Now this also serves as a tailgate type of SUV because as we see right here, this is up, blocking access to the cargo area. Behind here is 16 cubic feet of volume, but I can turn this, it comes down, nice little smooth access to your tailgate, and now you can have a tailgate party right here. Now if I want to fold these down, you're going to increase it to 43 cubic feet of volume. First I have to fold these down, and then I can lift them up and stow them to the side. Same thing over here. And there is your 43 cubic feet of volume. Now if I fold down the other part of the middle row, you're looking at over 81 cubic feet. So, you know, actually it looks limited because you can't utilize a flat floor because of that middle row, but you can make good use of what's behind the middle row in terms of cargo volume. Okay, I'm gonna close this up, press the button here, lift the gate will go down, and you are good to go. Visibility out the front is fantastic. I mean, you're already up high for this vehicle. It's got nearly 9 inches of ground clearance. Again, one of the reasons why it's better off-road for some people. But I'm also high up so I can see pretty clearly where I'm driving, so I feel safe. Big side mirrors giving me plenty of visibility there. Comfort-wise as a driver, I've had no complaints. My wife was in the passenger seat and she thought it was very comfortable over there. She felt there was plenty of room between me and her with the center console, and she liked the fact there was a cool box in here too. So you think about the practical uses after you drive it for a week, and I can think maybe if you have formula or if you want to keep something cold, you go to the grocery store, you got something for the little ones, you want to keep it in the cool box to make sure it doesn't go bad or get too hot, especially if you're feeding your baby some organic applesauce. They love that. So I've been utilizing that cool box for things like that. Now that I've had a chance to reflect on the vehicle as a whole, my takeaways are this. Very powerful engine, a comfortable ride, super comfortable ride. Fuel economy, not that great. Versatility and storage capabilities, decent in the front and middle row. That back row, probably not great for passengers unless you have little ones back there. I do like how nifty it is, how those back row seats do fold up to the side. That's kind of cool. I do like the tailgate. I like the overall look of it. It's a large vehicle. I put it next to our Jeep Grand Cherokee. It dwarfs it. It's a large, you can't miss it in a parking lot. Getting in and out of parking lot, I thought it might be more challenging, but it wasn't. So there you go. Those are the initial thoughts when I think about the overview of the Toyota Land Cruiser. So 2019 Toyota Land Cruiser will set you back around 85 grand. We also have the rear seat entertainment system for an extra $2,000. What you see right here, just over $88,000. I know, sticker shock. It's a lot of money for a large SUV, but it's got a great reputation, got a really powerful engine, and depending on your needs, your daily routine, it's definitely worth a look and absolutely a test drive. Until next time, I'm Dave Erickson. Thank you so much for watching. Toyota, thank you again for the loan. Hope to see you next time. Adios.